Peace, peace. What's going on? Now, y'all should be able to hear me now. I got my USB microphone that I use to record my music with. I got that plugged up. It should sound really good. It's a little Mackie USB. Anyway, I'll redo. Matter of fact, I did do another video, but I use my phone mic again. So instead of me doing it again, I didn't notice that until afterwards that I was using my phone mic again, and it sounded okay. But I might just upload it as it is, turn the volume up before sending it. Really, I just wanted to talk about some new music and just some motivation for artists that's out there, even older artists that feel like the game, their time has came and went. Those that feel that. I mean, I can't knock anybody that feels that way, but at the same time, as long as you got a voice, as long as you can still speak, you can still rap. Singers don't stop singing after they get a certain age. They get into their 40s and they don't say, well, I'm not going to sing anymore. That really doesn't make sense. You just have to, your target audience just ain't going to be the same. And it's cool, if that's the case. But the youth, there is youth. Some of the youth are waking up. So they're not all asleep. And when I started making music, everybody was younger than me. I started about 10 years ago. Everybody was younger than me. I was in my 30s. They was barely in their 20s. The artists that I worked with that was rocking with me. So, I mean, they're out there. You just got to seek them and just look for your cult following. But another thing, what got me back motivated, because I took some time off, as far as I was going hard body with it, tracks, damn near daily, weekly. I was recording pretty much every day, going out, hitting up the open mics. The algorithm was in our favor at that time. The SoundClouds, it was before you had to pretty much pay to play. We had a nice organic following and it was growing. We could have had more visuals. A couple of things that could have pushed us to the next level, because I've seen artists at the same time that started out when we started out and they stayed the course. We didn't. Now they're known, we're not. Like D1, that's an example. D1, when he first started making his music, we was out there making music and grinding, and he stayed the course. Had the visuals, the other important factors. I guess learned a bit more on the business side than we did. And now people know him. I remember when nobody knew him. But if you got a message, I feel like you shouldn't stop making music. Now, we all grow out of certain things. And it's important to have something else. It's if you're going to be an older artist, speak about some things that's more uplifting. Not all of the negative. We don't need no more of that. We got enough of that. We got enough of that. And I'm not trying to change the needle at all. It has its place. It's just not enough balance. I'm here to help, bring balance back to the picture. That's all. In my time, we had balance. We had the ratchetness and all of that. That's where do you think they got it from? Us. But at the same time, we had conscious artists. You had the KRS Ones. You had your Poor Righteous Teachers, your Tribe Called Quest. You had numerous amounts of groups that was out there that were popular too, doing some consciousness, dropping knowledge on people. So I'm here to encourage that it's never too late. As long as you can speak, it's never too late. When I go out, and it's good that if you feel vibrant, if you feel like you got it in you to push through the negativity, stay the course. But I feel like I'm still vibrant. I don't have no health issues. I feel good. Look good. When I go out, everyone pretty much, when I tell them how old I am, they don't think I'm as old as I am. I could tell people I'm 10 years younger than what I am, and they wouldn't nobody even complain. So that's good. And it's good to have some youth backing you too. Because if I'm around a bunch of people that's my age, oftentimes, it's hard to teach. They say it's hard to teach an old dog new tricks. So if I would have stayed with people my age, I would have still been thinking on a level like kind of like old school hip hop. My production wouldn't have grown. I just think it's so important to be able to expand what you do and modernize your you got to do something. If you're not going to modernize your flow, you got to modernize your sound. If you can do a little bit of both, that's fine. I'd rather modernize my sound and keep my same flow because bars are back. Music with a message is back. Your Ab Souls, your Kendrick Lamar. The West is back. Now that's where I'm at now. The last journey, I was way on the East Coast, down in Florida. And I never really had the time, never really made a whole lot of music in my hometown when I was up there. I made some music, but it was a different era, a different time, your money had to be, you had to have the budget for it. Making songs weren't as easy as it is today. So why not do it? Because it's so easy to do it, Now that means that it's so easy to do it, so there's a lot of people doing it. So talent gets overlooked. And I feel like the artists that we worked with is some of the best talent that I've heard. Like, period. I'm not even gonna lie. And we got a team of artists. I've worked with artists all over the country, some in, overseas, in the UK, Canada. We got, artists that we work with from several areas that are good. And it's time to move together. It's time to get back together, link up. But I think you should do it. And don't be afraid to do it. Put your music out there. Make enough music. Sometimes I see people, and even on my Facebook, there's people that's claiming they making music. I see the equipment sometimes, but I don't hear nothing. Get your music out. What are you doing? Because I'd rather get my music out, something out, and learn the business while I'm doing it for the business than to worry about the variables. Oh, I don't want to put my music out there because somebody's going to steal my music. So what? If you are true to your game, to your art, you can make more music. You can make more music. And there's ways that you can get paid on the back end if somebody steals your stuff. Somebody steals your music. Hey, it might open up a door for you to get recognized just off of that. If you put it out first, do you have a record of it? So, like I said with music, I wasn't as motivated. And what really motivated me in the last year was the re-emergence of the legends making music. Your LL Cool J's making music, Eminem's making music, Redman. The list goes on and on and on. Rakim, Common with Pete Rock. These are all good albums. Ice Cube just dropped another album. These are good albums. Snoop, Snoop has been steady. Snoop ain't stopped. So, but it's good to see these artists still making music. The lane has opened up, and I think that's this 50-year hip hop. I think that opened up the lane for the legends to get back into the game, because they're known artists, and you look at some of their YouTube and their social media, and you like, they ain't even buzzing like that. Some of the greats, they not buzzing because the algorithm is not in their favor, because what gets marketed is not always the best music. Hip hop, the word hip, and it's synonymous with being young, but it was still new. Hip hop 20 years, ago was new. It's still new. A genre that's 50 years is still new. You know, really, in all actuality. Look, I'm going to keep on moving so people can say what they want. Bars, put them to the test. Put them to the test. Bars, I'm confident to stand on what I know to be good music based on my mindset, based on elevation, metaphysics, knowledge of self. We still need that in this game. So that's all I want to do is just really give some words of motivation to those that's out there. There might be some people that I know. I'm gonna post this to people that I know back up in my hometown, and let's get together and make it work. I'm in California for a reason. The buzz, this is the best state to be in to promote yourself for music. Period, though. Period. I'm not going to, because of how big the state is. You can blow up in this one state and don't even really got to go nowhere. Really. That's how many people is here. That's how big it is. From LA, all of the surrounding areas of LA, and it's too many to even name, and all of the surrounding areas. Then you got the Bay Area, all of the surrounding areas of San Francisco, which go up to Sacramento, down to San Diego. You got, so it's a huge market. It's a huge market, and we're here for a reason, because we didn't have California on our intentions. When we left from Delaware, we didn't have Arizona. That was where we thought we were going to be at, Arizona. We wasn't even thinking about California. Oh, it's too expensive. It's this and that. And it is. But then again, it ain't either. Because California has a lot of unincorporated areas where the cost of living is way, way less in them areas. Now, the trade-off is, you're going to be in a rural area. So it's not going to be a lot popping. So you're going to need transportation. You're going to need to get in town. And your limited work opportunities. But at the same time, working remote now is people started working more remote. So it's not that hard to get a remote job. So we here, we in Cali. Let's make it pop. And why not make it pop? I had to ground myself. Sometimes you got to separate yourself away from people. But then you got to you got to get back out there in society at some point too. You got to ground yourself. Stepping away from society helps to ground yourself. And once you're grounded, you can go back into society and conquer all of your goals. But it's not going to work staying in a zone. I'm in a small zone. I got to get out of this zone. But I'm in the right state, just not in the right place for the state. But I'm not that far from Coachella when Coachella is a thing. It's only once a year. There's a reason. There's a reason why we got a couple acres here. The idea what La Russell did, and he did it in the backyard, just a small little, in the backyard of his house. He could fit 250 people back there. We on 2 acres. We can have our own little conscious Coachella type of event. Anything and everything is possible. But that's it. I don't want to ramble along for too long. New music is on the way. I feel comfortable with these tracks, and I'm going to keep on coming with it. If you want to check out some of my old music, it still applies. Some of the stuff still applies. I go back thinking about 2016 when Trump was first got elected. Some of the stuff that I was talking about then still applies now. So, there was some stuff I was talking about, free Palestine, before it was like an all-out war like it is now. I mean, it's always been conflict. So there's always been conflict out there anyway. So some of this thing still applies today. So we can do it. I'm confident we can do it. So that's it. I'm not going to take up any more of y'all time. I appreciate the likes, the comments, everything, whether they're good or bad, anything, it really helps the algorithm. And, I appreciate it. I'm going to keep the momentum going. So, like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll check y'all later. Peace.